It's your boy Q from Next Level Reefing, and I'm back with another video. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you for all the love and support. I sure do appreciate it. And with that being said, make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell so you can be notified of every video that I drop, which is every single Friday. All right, so let's dive into it. So in today's episode of the Waterbox Dream Tank Build Series, I'm going to briefly talk about some updates of what's been currently going on with the tank. And we're also going to dive into my second online experience ordering livestock. I'm also going to dive into a product that I've been talking about for probably 3 to 4 episodes, and it finally came. So stay tuned for that. So the first thing I want to talk about is my second experience of ordering fish or livestock online. So the reason why I was attempting to order again online was because I don't know if I brought this up within the last couple episodes, but if you remember, I bought a gold head sleeper goby from liveaquaria.com, right? And it was somewhat of a bittersweet experience, but the ending result was actually pretty cool. The problem was, for some reason, Goldhead is MIA. Like, he went AWOL. I have no idea where he went. There was no skeleton leftovers of him. There's no nothing. He's just gone. So I was like, all right, I definitely wanted a sand sifting goby. And I came across a channel that had like these really pretty pink yellowish gobies, but the face was similar to the goldhead goby. So it had like a yellow tint to it with blue electric stripes going across its like lower mouth. And I was like, I like it. I want to try to get those. The issue with that is not too many people have them. And the other thing is that they're extremely expensive. So with that being said, I was kind of apprehensive of trying to go online because my first experience was kind of sour, but I wanted to give it a shot. But instead of going to liveaquaria.com, for one, they didn't have it, and for two, I just wanted to try something different. I went with saltwaterfish.com, and that was the other one that I was telling you guys about in one of my other episodes about the next runner-up of seeing reviews of online shipments from a retail shop like that. Around the time that I was looking for the Bella Goby and I was looking at saltwaterfish.com, they actually had a promotion going on where if you had a certain dollar amount in your basket that you got the shipping for free. So the Bella Goby was a little bit under that price point. So I looked into some other fish and I looked at my wish list, and there was a few more fish that I had in mind that would have set that amount that you needed to get the free shipping. So that other two were green chromis. And I tried to look at my LFS, but none of them had them. And I was like, you know what, why not? Now, as far as the overall customer service and from making the purchase up into the point of receiving the product, I would say they actually did a little bit better than Live Aquaria. Not saying that Live Aquaria is bad, just as far as my personal experience, saltwater fish is from purchase to receiving had a better experience than Live Aquaria. Now, with all that being said, there is bad news. I received the item like a day and a half. I had to go to a FedEx, so instead of it coming straight to my house, they give you an option to where you can actually pick it up at a FedEx location. So I did that because I didn't know when I was going to be home, and you can actually pick that up anytime within however many hour period that they have available for you. So that went pretty smooth. Got to the house, and I'm going to show you a clip of me doing an unboxing of the product. First two items that I pulled out was the green chromis, and they were DOA, dead on arrival. Bruh. So the pit of my stomach was a little those weren't that bad because those weren't expensive, right? So they were only $11.99, right, per. Now the Bella Goby, on the other hand, I think that is like the most expensive fish that I have thus far, and I'm also counting the shipping fee, right? Even if I didn't count the shipping fee, this is still the most expensive fish that I've purchased thus far. I know some of you would say the purple tang, but I actually got that on a steel from my LFS. So currently right now, the Bella Goby is the highest costing fish that I have in the tank thus far. So with all that being said, I was like, oh man, please don't be DOA. So I took the bag out, and as you see, it's alive, y'all. It's thriving. It was good. So I'm like, cool. All right. So I just need to let them know. So they have some sort of way that you have to notify them within a 5-hour period of receiving the product if you have DOAs, right? So you have to go on their website. You have to take pictures, video, and send it to them, and they'll determine whether or not you either get a refund, store credit, or whatever the situation is that you would like or they would like. Now on to some good news. First and foremost, pictures nor video serves this fish any justice. When you see this thing in person, the way the pink and the yellow and again that electric blue, when that thing hits the water, magnifique. Now, as far as the acclimation process, it was sort of similar to Live Aquaria. The only difference is they were very specific on doing the drip acclimation and getting that kind of kit, which I thought was very inconvenient if someone didn't have that kit. So I did put them in the bucket, and I do the half cup every 4 minutes, and you know how that works. So now after Bella got finished acclimating, I put Bella in the tank, and at first, you know, it goes down and it's kind of like seeing where it's at, you know, being adventurous. And then you got Bully again, the powder blue tang, which was very odd that it started messing with the goby. Now, I have no clue why it was messing with the goby, because it wasn't a similar body style. It wasn't in the same family as far as fish is concerned. So I was very bothered as to why powder blue was just being a straight bully and smacking the crap out of Bella. So Bella was like, trying to take a swan dive out of the tank. I'm like, bruh, you are way too expensive to be trying to commit suicide and take a swan dive onto the wood floor. Not happening. Now, those of you that follow me on Instagram, you know that I purchased a fish trap to catch old big bad bully powder blue tang. And that process was that I got to explain that in a whole different video. But basically took it out, and as you guys remember, I was talking about in the previous episode that I was going to put him in the sump until my wish list of fish were going to be fulfilled, because now it's not just him bullying tangs, he is bullying anybody that is fresh and new coming into the tank. Now, as far as that part, it was a little bit of a headache, but not much. So I actually took videos of the 2 bags and in the bag. Now, they didn't specify whether you needed to keep them in the bag or you needed to actually have them out the bag so they can physically see it. In my mind, I was like, okay, I don't want to take them out the bag, because then that'll give them a reason. Oh, well, you took it out the bag or whatever. So I took the picture and videos with the items in the bag as the best I could to see that, of course, they were upside down in the bag. So that clearly says that they're dead. They are not swimming, no pass go, whatever you want to call it. When I turned it in, it took like a day or so for them to respond, and they said they needed more information. They said, do I have pictures of the fish outside the bag? So that's when I said again, why would I have pictures of them outside the bag if you need to show that they were DOA, you know? So I did what they asked. After I did that, I took them out, I put them on a white sheet of paper and sent that in. And after that, man, that was smooth sailing. Like, they gave me my credit back and kept on pushing. So now at this point, I'm ticked off for like 2 reasons. One, powder blue is just agitating the crap out of me, bullying everybody and smacking the crap out of everything that comes into the tank. 2, I had ordered, as you know, a custom cover for the tank I want to say probably February, March. I don't remember if I explained this, but basically, so I ordered a custom lid from ClearviewLids, right? I've seen that on CJ's aquariums. I've seen it on other aquariums that have open top tanks, and they have really good reviews. I only saw one video, and it was already after I had purchased the product, that the wait time is extremely long. You're going to wait depending on which style that you get. So they have the classics, tsunami, and then there's like another one. They have at least a 2-month time period wait before you even get your thing built and sent to you. Now, if you have to do a custom like mine, because mine Waterbox actually changed their line when I ordered this tank, and this is a brand new tank that they have, so the measurements they didn't have. So ClearviewLids actually has like already made tanks for Red Sea tanks, even for Waterbox tanks. But with this one in particular, it was a new tank, so even with the old measurements of the similar style, I had to go completely custom and give them my measurements and send that in, and that takes an additional 14 to some odd days for you to get that. So you're looking at roughly 52 to 59 days before you actually receive your custom lid from ClearviewLid. Not only that, but because of this whole pandemic, you're expecting even more time. So 52 to 59 days regularly. Then if you do custom, it's an additional 14 some odd days. Now, because of the pandemic, it's even more of a standstill, because they have to accommodate like local stores, because you know everybody's putting those plexiglasses up for protection for the customers and the employees. So those restaurants, you name it. Now that's pushing your product even. So I was just, Powder Blue was getting it, and Clearview was just getting it too. I was just fed up, right? I bought the fish trap for the time being to capture the doggone devil himself, Powder Blue, and put him in the sump. And I also contacted ClearviewLids, and that's how I found out about the extra standby, because of them actually using the acrylic to accommodate the local stores or whatever stores at that particular area. So this is what, July the 16th was another issue. So I actually received a UPS update, or I received the email from Clearview saying that the product is actually finally shipping. I was like, now the interesting thing is I think they're based out of Virginia, because when I received the UPS tracking number, it was saying somewhere in Virginia. So Virginia's not that far from North Carolina. So I'm like, okay, cool. I probably received that within 2 or 3 days. That thing said it was going to be delivered the same day it was shipping. I was like, okay, wow, okay, I like that, okay. Okay. But of course, at this point, you guys know my luck. So the end of that day, it said delivery up until 9 p.m. within that day. So 6 o'clock comes around. I'm like, okay, at this point, it's not coming. So let me call them up and see what's going on. So they basically said that they haven't seen a tracking of the product since 6 in the morning. So they're saying consider, because it's supposed to be 24 hours that the item is considered either lost or whatever the case is. So Ashley had to file a claim, put that information through. It was a whole nother thing.
Day 2.
It came the next day. So I was super happy. No more swan diving of any more fish looking like potato chips on the wood floor. Now, first impressions, it was definitely dope to look at, like the way they kind of do the puzzle cutouts. It was extremely dope. The only problem that I have is I can't remember if I told them to put the feeding door on the left side of the tank or the right side of the tank. But yes, anyway, so it comes with 2 cardboards covered up, taped up, and then once you take that off, it has a stop right here, read this before going further sign, and it tells you to make sure that you put the lid over the tank to make sure the measurements are the way you expect it to be and that it fits good. So because if you start taking the plastic off, then that's a done deal. It's no return after that point. So I'm glad I read that first. I put it on top of the tank, checked the measurements. It came out perfect. Took the plastic thing off. It was nice, clean cuts. And Again, overall exceeded my expectations. It was a perfect fit, every cut, like even by the overflows. I like how it sits flush in the tank so you can barely see that you actually have a lid over it. And that feed door is awesome. So when I want to feed the fish, I just, either prop it open or take it completely off. Bella is not doing swan dives no more. So there you have it, guys. I didn't want to make this video too long. I do have some more updates and reviews that I want to talk to you guys about, and so I'll just use those for a later video. Again, I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and smash the notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one.